Thaboxingvoice.com live here with strength and conditioning coach Joey Scott. Joey, we let the people know we were coming down to the Wilder camp and that we were going to have an opportunity to interview you, so we got some questions from the people. Okay. First one is from Matt Ben. He said, what reaction do you try to enhance, improve with Wilder's physical and mentally?
Ask the question again. What
reactions do you try to enhance and improve with Wilder's physical and mental?
Neuros. We do a lot of dynamic things that not only focus on his physical attributes, but also his neurological attributes as well. So what I mean by that is I give him a series of exercises in which he has to perform dynamically in order for him to be in tune with his body. So we want to get him used to sending a signal, his neurons sending a signal to the muscle and letting it know what it's capable of doing and what it's supposed to be doing at that present time. So I work on him, on his neurons a lot.
What sort of exercise? Just one, for example.
Well, one for example. Let's take let's talk about push press. You know, push press with the bar. I might have him put his leg up at 90, then as he pushing up. You understand? And now not only do we have to react by moving the weight in a high velocity, but he also has to hold his balance for stability as well.
Another one of those exercises, would that be like that, or throwing the ball and having him? I think I seen you throwing frisbees at him, and he had to catch it.
That was a little bit of agility stuff that we was doing, just for his footwork and getting him used to reacting, to reacting to the cones, or I throw some tennis balls at him, get him reacting efficiently to whatever I'm throwing at him.
All right, we got Rue in the 504 New Orleans says, what type of weightlifting routines does the champ follow?
Well, with me, we might have a one day where we just working on muscle conditioning. Muscle conditioning consists of lightweight but high reps, just to build up the endurance within the muscle, where his muscle is able to last for a longer period of time. Then we might have another day that deals with strength. Explosiveness. That's where we do a lot of Olympic lifts like power cleans, power snatches, hang cleans, hang snatches, jerks, just like I just showed you, push press, things like that, box jumps. So we do a variation of things day by day. So the program that I have with them is different each time we go in, working on different things.
All right. CYP in California says, what up, boy? Let's these boys know how long CYP Athletics has been rocking out with you. And wow, the killing trolls on social media platforms. And great job showing the world that track coaches are the best all-around coaches in the world. See you in June at the Olympic trials, my boy.
Most definitely. Tokyo, here we come. You know what I mean? So Tokyo, here we come. And actually, Champ is coming to Tokyo too, as well, to do some recruiting. Do some recruiting things for his promotion company. But most definitely, man, good looking out, man. Hey, always family, baby. Blessings.
Rod in the 870 says, how will you prepare Wilder to maintain his conditioning throughout the fight? With him giving up 50 pounds to Fury, he looked a little sluggish late in the first fight.
I don't think he looked sluggish in the first fight. A lot of people gotta understand in the first Tyson Fury fight, he didn't have his timing. He didn't have his timing. He went in overthrowing some punches for the simple fact, he was his first pay-per-view fight. He was trying to impress the crowd. He was really trying to get him out of there. He was looking for the knockout. Usually when Deontay fights, he don't look for the knockout. So he's never. If you've been watching, if you actually have been watching him throughout the his career, he gets better as the rounds go. Deontay has really never had an issue with burning out. He's been knocking out people in the 12th round. That's not burning out to me. Not only that, even in the first Stavern fight, that was 12 rounds of torture for Stavern. The list go on and on. You've really never seen him slug out. That's why he's undefeated.
All right. Rafael Ramirez says, any suggestions, advice, or info for a strength and conditioning guideline to my hometown boxing club? Building our young fighters and looking to apply knowledge for success. I'd say good luck, but you guys don't need it. Wilder in 5.
Yes, the best advice I can give you.
Thanks, champ.
My man. Thank you. the best thing that the best advice I can give a strength and conditioning coach that deals with boxers is you can't train every boxer the same way. You know, each fighter is different. Each fighter have different attributes. You have to tap into that. You have to know the fighters. You have to know the athlete. You don't even have to be a boxer. You have to, like even my track and field Olympic runners, I don't train them the same way because, you know, all of them are different. They're different. They have different strengths. They have different weaknesses. So you have to cater the program to that particular athlete or the fighter or runner or football player or Major League Baseball player or NBA player. You have to cater that particular program towards them. And with that being said, you also have to really focus on them, educating them on what their body is supposed to be doing, not what assumption is. Never coach your athlete off assumption, but coach them off factual, actual data that's been proven. Science.
Clemente Vega, do you believe old school training methods like chopping wood, running, long distance for a fighter is out, or is that type of training still good? It's
still good. You know, I believe that the old school way is good, but you have to be really you're treading on a thin line. Like, why go old school when it's new resources? You know, as a coach, I had to really make sure that I'm up with the time and up with the resources. You want to give the fighter or the athlete the best advantage that you can give them in order to win. Put them in position to win and not lose. So if you have better resources, why not take advantage of that? You know, I don't really do the old school versus new school method. I do what works for that particular athlete method. You know what I mean? So old school can work depending on what you have in your fingertips. You know, not everybody can go to a gym with all these bells and whistles. Not everyone can go and have all these resources, massage therapist, chiropractor. You know, not everyone can afford that. You know what I mean? So you have to work with what you got. Just make sure that it works for the athlete.
We got 7 in LA. I'm in the process of my weight loss journey. I started at 205, I'm 165, and I'm trying to find ways to lose 15 more pounds. I'm a plant-based vegan, and at times I feel stagnant with losing the pounds. Will high-intensity training be good, and what other training methods should I try? Thanks, champs. Blessings.
All right, blessings to you too, and appreciate you. When you're trying to lose a massive pounds like that, you really have to be careful, because then you'll be more prone to injury. You'll be more prone to be dehydrated. And you know, we're dealing with all kinds of things now where the water on the brain lessens. You know, you got to be really careful, because you can be thinking that you're getting healthy, but you can also be taking a health risk at the same time. So you want to be patient. You want to take your time and do things the right way. Yeah, you're a vegan, but the best advice I can give you is, if you do a blood test, do about a bioanalysis on your body to see what it lacks, to see what it need more of. A lot of times we get into the thought of, okay, I want to lose weight, let me just change my whole diet. Well, it might not be your diet that's the problem. It might be something that you're lacking. You know, you can be lacking all kinds of vitamins. You can be lacking, magnesium. It's good when you're trying to do that. Go do a bioanalysis to get your blood.
Is that expensive?
It depends. You know, what I tell the athletes that I coach, and they look up with this, you can go to a university. If you stay in Miami, go to University of Miami, look for a intern, and say, hey, can you do my bioanalysis or whatever? Because there's all kinds of interns now that's trying to build their portfolio up. Don't try to go the expensive way if you ain't got to. I go to a university, go to their training department, and say, hey, or their physical therapy department, hey, can you do you're an intern? Can you do a bioanalysis on me? Get some blood work done. They can show you where to go get one done.
All right, we got Ambrose in Texas says, how important is road work? Is it absolutely necessary? Or what alternatives can be used for boxing?
I mean, cardio is cardio. Road work, I don't shun on it. I just believe that just because I don't do it with Deontay don't mean that it won't work for somebody else. Deontay has a lot of power. Road work won't do nothing but hurt his joints, because he's just a big ball of power and explosiveness. For an elongated fighter, Just like in track and field, you have short-gated runners, you have power runners, you have long-gated runners. You know, your long-gated runners are more graceful, they're more elusive. You know, they stride patterns a lot longer. They don't go off of frequency. They cover, you know, they take less steps, so they cover a little bit more ground. Believe it or not, you know, Usain Bolt, he was a elongated sprinter. You know what I mean? It looks like he's running slow, but really he's running fast. You know, the road work, it just depends on the athlete. You know, I don't have anything against it. If the athlete is suffering from cardio, it's all kinds of things that you can do that work cardio. You can do intervals of repeat 100s. You know, pulling a sled, 100 meters, pulling a sled. You know, for resistant work. You know, you'll get the same work doing that than you would do running a mile. You know what I mean? Where you
pulling a sled,
pulling a sled
backwards.
No, you pulling the sled forward. It's on your back. You
got a strap.
You got it strapped up to you. You pulling the sled, then you take probably like 45-second rest and you come back with it. Boom. 45-second rest, come back with it. Boom.
How many of those?
I mean, it just depends. You know, it depends on what y'all trying to accomplish that day. You know, so go 10 of them. You know, go 10 of them. 45-second rest in between.
And that will be the equivalent. 10 would be the equivalent of a mile.
Man, it would be more than a mile, to be honest with you. Because
wow.
you got to remember.
Now the sled doesn't have wheels, right? That's the one you drag on the turf.
No, yeah, exactly. You have to pull it. But keep in mind that a mile is four laps. You know what I mean? It's 4 laps. So
still,
you know,
mile is long on the track. So I hate running, so I'm interested. That's
right. So the thing is, man, it's all kinds of things. You can jump rope. You know, you can run on the treadmill. You can do bike. You know what I mean? We have elliptical.
I mean, jump rope is difficult, but I found that running is way more harder. Like you feel, you know, you breathing heavier.
Right. We check out the elliptical bike. You know, elliptical bike. It looks like an elliptical machine.
Yeah, we got one here.
Yeah, you see that right there? But it's a bike. We have one in Miami.
Bike.
So I have them do it like if an athlete have joint problems, or if an athlete, you know, the pounding, if they're injured, coming off an injury, and I don't want to put them on the track, then I put them on the elliptical bike. And it has 2 wheels, just like a regular bike, but it's the elliptical. Okay. So I have it on my IG. Actually, I'm doing it. I have a video of it on my IG.
They're selling those to the public, right? Like,
yeah.
They're like actual bikes.
Yeah, they're actual
bikes. I've seen that.
And you stand on it, and it's like that. You know what I mean? So if you don't like the pounding of the road, then you can get on that elliptical bike, and you can get just as much work. Just as much.
You know, I find that the elliptical machine doesn't really give you the same.
It don't. You got to be going from point A to point B. Yeah, you got to be going from point A to point B. You can kind of cheat those machines. They're stationary machines.
Okay.
You know.
So we got Dual Ingram, who says, if you could train any top athlete in the world in any sport, who would it be?
LeBron James.
Okay. And what would you add to his game?
He's athletic, man. I would want, man. LeBron's playing so he's just an athletic, gifted guy. You know what I mean? And that would just be one of the athletes that I would love to train, for the simple fact how athletic he is, and I want to see exactly how his body works, like what he lacks. That's what I want to see. I want to see what he lacks. Because when he's on the court, you know, of course.
Can't tell.
Yeah, and I've seen him work out before. You know, my good friend Cheese, what up, baby? He drives for Maverick. But you know, I've seen them work out. LeBron's just gifted, man. He's an athlete. You know, he's one of those guys. He's not limited in the box of just basketball. You know, LeBron's, I believe he can run track if he wanted to. You know what I mean? But I would love to train him to see exactly what he lacks and how his body works and how it's ticking.
Similar to the last one, so maybe you've answered it, but we'll try. Cisco Promotion says, I've heard Wilder state that he doesn't go running, but that he swims as a way to condition himself for a fight. As a strength coach, does swimming match the intensity and preparation for a long 12-round battle? Also, on average, how many miles does a professional boxer run when preparing for a fight? Thanks for the preparing the real people's champion and get this bozo Fury out of there quick. Bomb squad.
My man, blessings to you, brother. Yeah, he does. We do swim. Now, mind you, swimming is one of the hardest trainings that you can do. You know, that's why when an athlete, like a football player, get injured, the first thing that they put them is in the pool. You know, pool workouts are very, 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 very hard. I have some athletes that hate the pool workout. They'll rather go run forever on the track, because the pool, not only when you're swimming, you're not just working the quad or the hamstring. You know, you're not just working the adductors, the abductors. You know, you're working the whole body because you have to keep it afloat. So you're working all the smaller muscles. You're also working all the bigger muscles. Not only that, swimming compresses the lungs. So now you're working on your breathing because you cannot go in panic mode in the pool or you'll drown. So now you're working on your breathing and you're also working on your physical attributes as an athlete all at once. If one of them fail, then you're sinking to the bottom. You understand? If you're running and you have that same intensity, you can always do what? Stop. You can't stop in the pool. So, you know, pool is one of those things where I believe that it's the hardest type of training because of that. For that reason, you're actually working the whole body at one time and trying to stay afloat. But yes, he do the pool workouts. It helped him a lot with his breathing. It helped him with breathing control. It also work all the smaller muscles that support the bigger muscles. It also work his bigger muscles. It's a good way to get muscle endurance as well.
But you think a fighter, if you had a fighter, he could just swim. He don't have to do road work.
You gotta do somewhat of running. Champ, he don't do mileage, but he do
sprints.
Running. He do sprints. You know, as in as you use it. You know, he do sprints.
How long are those sprints? Quarter mile?
Those was flying 30s.
30 meters.
30 meters. Those are flying 30s that you're seeing us doing. So, you know, but you got to make sure that you're doing enough sprints that, you know, get the heart rate up and making sure that.
How many should a person be doing?
It depends on
average Joe off the couch too. Like, you know, no one's Deontay Wilder. So the people that are gonna be watching this,
right,
they're gonna get motivated, want to work out.
Right.
You know, what should they be doing and what should they work up to?
Let me give you the average Joe. Right. The average Joe workout should be this, not sprint, because you'll pull something. You'll pull a muscle, you get injured. So for everybody that's looking at this, don't just get off the couch and try to sprint. That's a no-no. You have to build those fast twitch muscles up before you're able to run at a high intense. You understand? So at a high velocity. Average Joe getting off the couch, go to the track, walk the curb, stride the straightaway. You know, walk the curb, stride the straightaway. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Conversation pace, where you can hold a conversation while you're running. Your next workout, try to do figure eights. I call them Jamaica flags. Get in the middle of the soccer field. We call them diagonals too. When you run from one corner to the next corner, try to cross, run from that corner to the next corner. It's kind of like an X. That's what you're doing, right? Do about 8 of those, with probably a minute rest in between each one. Another workout is trot, jog 1 lap, walk 1 lap, jog 1 lap, walk 1 lap. You can do 2 miles of that and still get a great workout in. But
are you gonna have stamina to throw punches in the ring? Not
the average
not in the
12.
Yeah. But not a 12-round fighter. You know, like, so, you know, look, I want to go spar. You know, I'm using boxing to work out, but I want to get in the ring. Is that enough?
It's enough if you just not getting off the couch.
Okay. You don't want to hurt nobody.
Because for one, you don't want to. You're not gonna just walk in the boxing gym the first day and say I want to spar. You know what I mean? Now some fools do that, but first get yourself conditioned first.
All right. So what about from a standpoint for people that have been working out and want to at least spar, not turn pro,
right?
Want to at least spar, want to maybe be an amateur, maybe want to fight one amateur fight. I don't know.
Right.
What should they be doing for stamina?
I mean, if they already working out, if they already do exactly what I just said, because nobody's a track runner. You know what I'm saying? These guys is just average Joes that want to box. So if you're not a track person, right? Do exactly what I said, the diagonals, because we have cycles. It's levels to this. You have the base training, and then you have speed endurance training, and then you have your speed training. You understand? So if you're just not getting off the couch, you work out, but you also want to build your body up to where you want it to be. You just can't go from 0 to 100 immediately, because if you do that, then just as fast as you get in that ring, it's just as fast as you're gonna go home.
All right, we got Arthur A. What are your favorite cardio exercises for Wilder?
My favorite, swimming is obviously scuba diving, obviously, and I would say circuit.
Okay,
circuit training. Battle ropes, then drop the battle ropes, go to the sled.
Bro, I did that this week. Oh my God.
Push the sled, boom, boom, boom. drop the sled, get the 45-pound bar, twist, drop that, boom, get the med ball, try to put a hole in the ground.
Oh man, you talking about non-stop.
Hey, boom, it's circuit training. Circuit training, all right? And then right here, then after you get through throwing the med ball, you line up the cones and you gotta go through them. You gotta go through them. You understand? So that's my favorite. Circuit training and swimming. My two favorite cardio exercises for challenge.
Last one from Mr. Sims. Wilder's always in phenomenal shape and has a supreme tank. Have you reached out to Tony Harrison? Because Harrison seems to fade. People have always said that he fades late in his fights. He went to train in Florida the last time, but in Keith Thurman's gym, but not with Keith Thurman's trainers, just using the facility to train. But I've interviewed him. I have, like everybody has said, like, won't you get yourself a strength coach? Because he be winning them fights, and then it seems like he fades, but it could be mental too. Man,
listen, I love Tony. Like, I like Tony. Tony a good dude. You know, I had the opportunity to meet him with Champ actually in Atlanta, I believe. But Tony is he's a great talent. You know, okay, one thing, I'm not just gonna focus on Tony, I'm gonna focus on every boxer, right? If you have the opportunity to go get a strength and conditioning coach, if you know that your conditioning is your weakness in the later rounds, get you a damn track coach. Go get a track coach. Think about it. Every day I focus on conditioning Olympic track and field runners. Every single day. We have to last from September to September, right? Why not go get you a Joey Scott? Go get you a Larry Wade. You understand? Like, why not go get these coaches that specializes in conditioning? If you know that you fade, now sometimes there's a catch to it. Sometimes anxiety brings
exhaustion.
Exhaustion. So if that's the case, because you as an athlete know exactly if it's mental or if it's physical, you're not dumb. You're just a fighter and you don't want to make no excuses. But within, you know what the problem is. So if you have anxiety throughout the fight, what would I go get? A sports psychologist. Now, go get a sports psychologist. If you know that you fade because of the anxiety throughout the rounds, go get a sports psychologist. Nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. Hell, at the Olympics, USA probably bring 10 of them on the Olympic team. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Most of your Olympic medalists, and most of your professional athletes, period, your Kobe Bryant's rest of soul, they have sports psychologists. You see what I'm saying? Or if you know that your condition is physical, go get a strength and conditioning coach, or go get a Joey Scott and a Larry Wade who specializes in conditioning. That's what we do every single damn day.
I'm probably gonna pronounce this dude's name wrong, but have you heard of Coach Remy Kachemi or something like that?
Remy Kachemi. Out of what?
I could probably be pronouncing it wrong. He's another strength and conditioning coach, and he works more with Eastern Europeans. I want to believe he probably works with Lomachenko in them. And yeah, I just want to see if you might have seen him.
I've probably seen him. I'm pretty sure we probably cross paths or whatever. But I mean, regardless, even if it's not a track and field coach, go get a strength and conditioning coach and stick to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stick to it. Stick to the course. Stick to it. And it's going to help you. You cannot get in the professional business and half do it. You can't have one foot in as a champion because all these fighters have God-given talent.
Let me ask you, do you even recommend supplements?
With me, I recommend, honestly, not really. Like,
really?
Like, I really like.
You ain't telling none of your runners to even drink collagen?
Man, listen, I tell them, get some protein and a recovery drink. I keep it basic.
I hear you.
Because I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
And in track and field, you already know it's a little bit different. You get popped for looking at the wrong flower. You know what I mean? So the thing is, man, like I don't suggest supplements.
So
I say
you stay out of it.
Eat right. You understand? But I suggest, coach, what type of vitamin? Multivitamin, protein, and a recovery drink. Or a pre-workout. And be careful with the pre-workout because you got to make sure that you get online and you see what's in that pre-workout and make sure that USADA or WADA is not banned on it.
Yes, sir. Because Jack 3D is a pre-workout that's banned on the
See what I'm
list.
saying? So yeah, I don't play when it comes to supplements, you know.
All right, well, Joey Scott, man, thank you for the time. Appreciate it as always. Till the next one. Any social media, obviously.
Most definitely, True Fit Athletics, TRU Fit Athletics. On IG, you can catch me on there. You can catch me on Facebook. I really don't be on my Facebook like that, you know. Or you can go to my website, www.truefitathletics.com. That's where you can find me. Or you can find me in Miami. Or you can find me in Champ Camp. You understand? Y'all see me around, baby. Peace.
Like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.